Come home, it's supper time. The shadows lengthen fast. Come home, it's supper time. We're going home at last.
Friends, some of the fondest memories of my childhood were woven around supper time, when Mama would step out on the back porch of the old home place, say, "Come on home, son, it's supper time." My, but wouldn't I like to hear Mama say those words once again? But for me, time has woven a realization of a truth that's more thrilling. And that's when the call comes from the portal of glory to come home, for it's supper time, when all of God's children shall gather around the table with the Lord himself at the greatest supper time of them all.
Come home, it's supper time. The shadows lengthen fast. Come home, it's supper time. We're going home at last. There will be a happy meeting in heaven, I know, when we see the many loved ones we've known here below, gathered on the blessed hilltops with hearts all aglow. That will be a glad reunion day. Glad day, a wonderful day. Glad day, a glorious day. There with all the holy angels and the loved ones to stay. That will be a glad reunion day.
When we've lived a million years in that wonderful place, basking in the love of Jesus, beholding his face, it will seem but just a moment of praising his grace. That will be a glad reunion day. Oh, glad day, a wonderful day. Glad day, a glorious day. There with all the holy angels and the loved ones who stay. That will be a glad reunion day. Glad day, a wonderful day. Glad day, a glorious day. There with all the holy angels and the loved ones who stay. That will be a glad reunion day. When I was a sinner, I was mighty blue. Felt so bad I didn't know what to do. I'd wake up every morning feeling mighty low. Had no one to turn to, had no place to go. Then I knelt down upon my knees and begged for mercy unto the Lord, the Redeemer of men. For he lifted me on wings of love from out of bondage. Now I am free from the wages of sin. Since I got salvation, I'm no longer blue. With the help of God, I'm going through. Oh, Satan and his forces cannot turn me round. For a life of sin, I'll never wear a crown. Then I knelt down upon my knees and begged for mercy unto the Lord, the Redeemer of men. Oh, he lifted me on wings of love from out of bondage. Now I am free from the wages of sin. Oh, then I knelt down and cried for mercy unto the Lord, the Redeemer of men. Oh, he lifted me from out of bondage. Now I am free.
Oh, yes, I'm free from the wages of sin.
The wages of sin. Yeah. Thank you very much. That's enough.
Just get started when we have to quit.
Everybody ought to know.
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 Everybody ought to know
Who Jesus is. Everybody ought to tell.
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 Everybody ought to tell
Who Jesus is.
Tell them about it, Lord.
He's the lily of the valley. The bright and morning star.
Jesus is the star sent down from heaven.
He's the fairest of